Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to take you inside the mind of an immigration lawyer, and I'm going to share with you 5 of the most important things to think about when planning for somebody's immigration future. I think that this video is going to provide a lot of value to you, so make sure to stick around. Hi everyone. My name is Michael Ashoori and I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer based in Los Angeles, California. At my law firm, we regularly post videos to keep you up to date with the latest immigration news and tips. So if this is your first time here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up so that YouTube knows to share this information with more people. So as I mentioned, in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 important considerations that you should think about when planning your immigration future. These 5 questions or these 5 considerations will help you determine what the best course of action is for you. And these are 5 considerations that immigration lawyers regularly make when assessing somebody's case to help them plan for their immigration future. So let's get started with our first consideration, which is, what is your ultimate immigration goal? Do you want a temporary work visa? Do you want a green card to become a lawful permanent resident? Or do you want to eventually become a citizen? Or maybe you just want to go to school in the United States. The answer to this question of what is your ultimate immigration goal will help to determine the best course of action for you to take. If somebody wants to go to school in the US, their immigration process is going to be much different than somebody that really wants a green card. And the course of action and the steps that need to be taken will be different depending on the person's immigration goal. So for this reason, someone's immigration goals will be highly important to determine when planning for their immigration future. Now let's move on to our second consideration of today's video, which is, what are your unique circumstances? And what I mean by that is, do you have a family member in the United States that's either a US citizen or a lawful permanent resident? Do you have a job offer from a US company that's willing to sponsor you for a work visa? Or do you have an extraordinary ability of some kind? Or maybe you have an offer of admission to a school in the United States. Or maybe you're looking to invest in a business in the United States. These are all circumstances that are unique to individuals. And your unique circumstances will help determine what immigration options are available to you. So when you're planning your immigration future and when you're making your immigration plans, it's very important to go through your particular circumstances to determine what options are available to you. So with that, let's move to our third consideration of today's video, which is an extremely important consideration, and this is, do you have a criminal history? Now, this is important for many reasons, so let's get into it. The first reason why this is so important is that if somebody has certain crimes on their record, if they've been convicted of certain crimes, it can make them ineligible for certain immigration benefits. So for that reason alone, it's highly important to go through somebody's immigration history to see whether the person is eligible for the particular immigration benefit that they want to apply for. Now, the second reason why somebody's criminal history is so important is particularly for people that are already in the United States. Let's say somebody's already in the United States and has their green card, and they apply for certain other immigration benefits. Maybe they apply to renew their green card, or maybe they apply for citizenship. Well, if you have certain crimes on your record, that act of applying for immigration benefits, again, as we mentioned, such as applying for a renewal of your green card or applying for citizenship, can trigger removal proceedings so that that person that applied for those immigration benefits could potentially be referred to immigration court for removal proceedings to potentially be ordered removed from the United States. So again, for these 2 reasons, it is highly important to pay careful attention to somebody's criminal background when determining the correct course of action when planning for somebody's immigration future. So let's move on to our 4th important consideration for today's video, which is, what is your country of citizenship? Now, the reason why this is important is that certain visas are only available to citizens of certain countries. For example, the TN visa is only available to citizens of Canada and Mexico. The E3 visa is only available to citizens of Australia. And the E1 visa and the E2 visa are only available to citizens of certain countries that have a treaty with the United States. So for this reason, it's very important to consider one's country of citizenship for purposes of determining whether a particular immigration benefit, such as a visa, is available to them based on their country of citizenship. Now let's move on to our fifth highly important consideration of today's video, which is, what is your country of birth? Now the reason why this is important is that for certain immigrant visas, there's a limit on the number of visas that are available to each country. Now, when a country's demand for those visas exceeds the supply that's available, it can lead to a backlog, which is essentially like a waiting list. And if somebody is interested in applying for an immigrant visa from one of these countries, it's important to factor in the visa backlog to determine how long it will take them to ultimately get their immigrant visa or to process their adjustment of status. Now, some countries that routinely are affected by visa backlogs are India and China. And if somebody is from one of these countries that's subject to these visa backlogs, it's important to carefully strategize the best course of action for them to accomplish their immigration goals in the fastest possible time and in the most effective way. So for this reason, one's country of birth is a very important consideration when planning for one's immigration future. So there you have it. In this video, I took you inside the mind of an immigration lawyer to see 5 highly important considerations when planning for one's immigration future. To quickly go through them once again, the first consideration is, what is your ultimate immigration goal? Do you want a temporary work visa? Do you want a green card? Do you want citizenship? This will help determine what the best course of action is for you. The second consideration is, what are your unique circumstances? Your particular circumstances will determine what immigration benefits you qualify for. For example, do you have a US citizen family member? Do you have a job offer from a US company that's willing to sponsor you for a work visa? Or are you admitted to a school in the United States? Your particular circumstances are highly important. The third important consideration is, do you have a criminal background? Again, as we discussed, one's criminal background can potentially render them ineligible for certain immigration benefits, or it could potentially trigger removal proceedings if somebody is in the United States and applies for immigration benefits with certain crimes on their background. The fourth important consideration is, what is your country of citizenship? Again, this is important because certain visas are only available to citizens of certain countries. And lastly, we talked about, what is your country of birth? Because as we discussed, certain countries are subject to visa backlogs. So one's country of birth is an important consideration to determine how they should best proceed to meet their immigration timelines to get things done in the fastest possible way. I hope that you got a ton of value from this video. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you know anybody that can benefit from this information, please make sure to share this video with them. At our firm, we're all about empowering you with knowledge. So the more people that can watch this video that can benefit from this information, the better. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.